Hello, and welcome to our sixth Energy Chat. I'm Valerie Dudley, a Community Energy Advisor with Cornell Cooperative Extension of Delaware County. And today we're happy to have Jessica Pickard with the Insulation Man here today to talk about having an energy audit and the incentive programs available to help make your home more energy efficient. Thanks for being here, Jess. So I'm going to start off just by asking about you. Who are you and what brought you into your job? Like, how did you get into this line of work?
Oh, well, I mean, that's a good question. I know a lot of people in the industry, and, you know, just mainly it's just my experience that ended up getting me in here. I worked restaurants for a lot of years and decided that that just wasn't for me anymore. And I ended up over here, and I love my job. So,
How long have you been working there?
I've been here, I actually just hit my year last week.
What was that?
I hit my year last week.
Oh, congratulations.
Thanks. It's gone by really quick between the pandemic and just business. You know, it's gone by very, very fast the last year.
Mm-hmm. And so what do you do at Insulation Man? What does a typical day look like for you? Just give us an idea of what that is like.
I am the project facilitator over here, so I help people get started on their journey as far as installation goes. Generally, people will call me up looking for an energy audit, and I'll get their applications and any information they need for it over to them, and I'll get the process started. I'll get their applications run. I'll get their audit set up, and they really do a lot of correspondence with me through the first half of their journey through getting their insulation work done. So, I mean, typically I'll come in, I'll check my email because we do have a website that people will send requests in for information or, requests looking for an energy audit. Make sure everybody gets to where they need to go, and, I'll get started on the paperwork end of it.
Yep. A lot of details in that, I know.
There is.
What kind of programs are available for people to help them save money on their utility bills?
So we do a lot of work with NYSERDA, and NYSERDA has two different programs to help people as far as getting their installation work done. The Empower program is for a lower income bracket, and that is a 100% grant. Right now, it's actually a $10,000 benefit that they will pay out, and they did up that to help people as far as being affected by COVID and, maybe not having the money so much to do the home improvement work that needs to be. The other program is Assisted Home Performance. That's a 50-50 dollar for dollar matching grant, and they will match you right now up to $5,000 for installation work. So if we came out and say somebody's got a $9,000 work scope that we're proposing for installation work, Assisted Home Performance would pick up half of that, and then the customer would be responsible for the other half. But we do work with a financing company to provide low interest energy efficiency loans to do upgrades for home improvement.
Yeah, so what kind of energy upgrades, like what is an audit like? They start with an audit, and then what kind of work do you guys do to help people out?
Yep, it starts with an audit. So when our auditor comes in, he'll take measurements as far as the different rooms. If you need your attic insulated, he'll take measurements of the attic, he'll take measurements of the basement, or any rooms that need to be done. We'll test out the major mechanicals in the house as far as the refrigerator, the oven, the furnace, just to make sure that everything is working properly. And, we do have technology where we can, look inside of the walls. We have an infrared camera, which will let us know if there's any air exchange coming in. We also have a small camera that we can insert into the walls that'll let us know if there is insulation in there, what kind it is, and what the condition of that insulation is. As far as work we do insulation, both spray foam and cellulose. We're also the only contractor around the area that uses the Spider Plus interlocking fiberglass fibers. They're almost like they're not so much the fiberglass baths that most of us are used to seeing that you can roll out and staple into your walls. It's actually a two-part component that gets sprayed in much like the spray foam does. We also do air sealing, and for people that need help that don't have an heat source or that don't have a heat source that's functioning properly, we do subcontract out with a couple different HVAC contractors around the area to help get them a heating unit to keep their house up.
Nice. What are some of the things you've learned through your work about energy efficiency?
Oh, what are some things I haven't learned? I gotta say, I definitely have learned a lot about energy efficiency throughout my last year here. One of them is the fact that, you know, everything you do in your house can affect your energy levels. Whether it's, you know, if you do your laundry during the day, it will be a greater charge on your bill than it would be if you were to do it after 9 o'clock when the night rate hits. You know, and one of the biggest things I've learned is that a lot of people really don't understand energy efficiency or how it works, or, you know, different things that can affect your usage throughout your house. You know, it's simple things. I know that most of my electronics I don't turn off, and that's a big no-no. You know, you should, you know, anything you're not using, keep them unplugged. That way they're not drawing any usage out of your house.
Wow. Yeah. I didn't know that about the laundry, and I always am lazy about the unplugging for sure.
I think we're all probably a little guilty of that. You know, but that is one of our suggestions that we give to customers a lot is, you know, when you're not using your electronics, unplug them so they're not drawing that usage out of your walls.
Yeah. I always wish they would change the electronics so that it did it automatically somehow. I'm always, you know,
that would be nice.
Easier. But yeah, so that's one of the most wasteful things. And what are some of the craziest things you've seen in your work, or the most surprising? Like, for instance, you know, someone who had an upgrade and, you know, the results were pretty dramatic.
Well, I mean, some of the crazier things that we've seen here is electricity usage when it comes to houses that have either a hot tub or a heated pool. They draw a lot of electricity usage to keep the heat going in order to keep those up to temperature. The other thing, and you know, we do see it every now and then, and we usually try to act as quick as we can when we do see it, is every now and then we will have a customer that does not have a functioning heat source in their house, and they take towards using their oven to heat their house, which is very, very dangerous, especially if you're using a gas oven, because you're letting all of that gas into your house, and it ends up being, you know, a combustion issue as well as a health issue, because carbon dioxide, you know, is not the best thing for you to be breathing in. Same thing with the carbon monoxide that'll come out when you're using gas appliances. You know, just very, very dangerous.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, we've seen a few of them, and, you know, like I said, we always try to jump into action as quick as we can in those situations, just because we don't want anything happening to the customer or to the house that they're trying to improve.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, so if people want to take action, what would be the first step?
Give us a call or go over onto our website. I have a lot of good information over on our website as far as, you know, air exchange in your house, where the biggest problems are, different types of heating units, stuff like that. You can send a submission, a contact submission in through our website, or you can call the office and do it that way. We also work with organizations like Cornell Cooperative Extension, and people could also go that way too.
And can you tell me, I know that every New Yorker is eligible for a free audit no matter what their income level is. Is that correct? Or how do you go about, you just fill out an application or?
Yep, that is correct. Every homeowner in the state of New York is available for a paid energy audit through NYSERDA. It is available one time for the location that you're at. So we'll get a lot of customers that will buy a house and they'll outgrow their house, they'll sell it, they'll buy a new one. And at that point, once they have their new property, they can then get another energy audit for that property. So it's just a simple one-page application to fill out. It's just the front. The income level doesn't matter if you make, $10 a week or $100,000 a week. Everybody is entitled to a free energy audit.
And actually, now that I think of it, for Empower and Assisted Home Performance, I believe you do have to be a customer of like a NYSEG, as opposed to, we have a Municipality Electric that's Delaware County Electric Co-op. You may not be aware of that, but I just wanted to clarify that.
We have had a couple customers in the past that have been under Municipal Electric. It is a little bit of extra work to get them into the programs, but it can be done,
Okay.
especially if they are still like a natural gas customer heating their house. NYSERDA will look at both kilowatt hours and therm usage when it comes to looking at how much a house is consuming for energy. And, a lot of times, it's mainly NYSEG customers, but we have had a few that we've gotten put through that have been on some kind of municipal program.
Well, that's really important. And I know the free energy audit is available to everybody, including municipal customers, but some of the programs, but that's really good to know, because I want to know where to steer people when I talk to them. So let's see. What are the top things people can do right now to save energy and save money?
Well, like I mentioned before, doing your laundry at night after 9 o'clock when NYSEG goes down to their night rate. Their night rate is lower than the day rate is. So that's one of the biggest things. For people that do smaller loads of laundry, we usually recommend that they wait until they have enough laundry to do a full load in the washer. That will also help cut down on energy usage, because you're not running that washer as much as you would be if you were doing smaller loads. In the summer times, instead of using your dryer, hang clothes out to dry. That's a big save when it comes to energy usage, and especially, being able to lower the bills in the summertime, and just insulation. If your house is well insulated, it should take your utility bills down. Our customers see an average of 20 to 40% savings on their utility bills after the insulation work has been done.
Wow.
It's one of the biggest and best things that anybody can do to save money is to get the house properly insulated and air sealed, so that way there's no air exchange coming in from the outside.
And they'll be more comfortable.
That is true. And, contrary to what a lot of people believe, there's a common belief that if your house is well insulated, it will be hotter in the summertime. And that's actually not the case. When your house is well insulated, it helps keep air conditioning in the summertime, and will help your air conditioning unit not have to work so hard to keep your house to where it's comfortable.
That's interesting. I don't have air conditioning in my home, but in the summertime, we tend to leave the windows open at night and then close them in the daytime, because the house is well insulated, and so it does tend to keep it cooler than it would be if we just had the windows open all day.
Yep. Well, and you know, that's the whole point of insulation is you want to keep the inside temperature in, not going outside. And same thing, you don't want the outside temperature coming in to affect your house. So, you know, we see it a lot in the summertime. Hot air will creep through the walls if they're not insulated. Wintertime, you know, that cold air will like to come right up where your rim joist is, which is where your house makes the foundation. There's usually a little bit of a gap in there, and that's one of the first areas that we look at when we go to do an energy audit, is the rim joist, to make sure, because, you know, hot air rises, and especially in the wintertime, as that heat is going up, it's pulling up cold air from the bottom. So when your rim joist is insulated, you have less of a concern of that air coming in from the outside environment.
Wow, that's interesting. I didn't realize that. Yeah, we've only got a few like 70-degree days where we want the inside and the outside to be the same, unfortunately. Well, thank you so much, Jess, for letting us know about these great opportunities and how to save money on a utility bill and stay warmer and cooler. If people are interested in getting a free home energy audit, you can contact me, Valerie Dudley, at 607-865-6531. You can also contact Jess at Insulation Man at 607-775-3035. I will, if you call me, I can contact you with a NYSERDA certified auditor that services your area. Insulation Man does Western Delaware County mostly. So Delaware County is so big, we have a couple of different contractors. And I can also answer your questions about solar energy and renewable heat incentives. This energy chat is brought to you by a grant with NYSERDA, and information about energy incentives can be found at smartenergychoices.org. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, Jess, and have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thank you, and thanks for having me.
Bye.